Hey guys, how's it going? So this is the start of my attempt at basically a custom hug horror, which is, to my understanding at least, kind of this underground. It's in the Underdark in Dungeons and Dragons. It's kind of avian-like creature, like a bird, but it has big, huge hooks for hands, and then also a small other pair of hands below them. And I think they usually have a big shell as well, but I'm still kind of working on that at the moment. The basis for this is a dragon from a discount store. So you might see him here. Let me see if I get this right. So he's got a lot of work. He's not put together yet because I'm still trying to figure things out. A lot of work done to him between trying to figure out what kind of way I want him to look in general before I actually stick it together. Like this is all just pinned to keep it in place and see about scaling that. Not even fully sure about his head. So this is the dragon head. Um, Trying to kind of, I'm going to give him a beak, kind of sculpt him into a beak, and he's got these feelers, sorry, excuse me, or whiskers kind of things, because I think they're blind. The hook horrors are meant to be blind as well, and I don't know if they use echolocation or anything like that with their beaks, to hear or to somehow find people in the darkness. But that's, I was going to kind of resculpt his jaw into more of a beak, kind of bird of prey kind of beak, and there's a bit of wire there for some kind of whisker or feeler kind of idea. And for the body, you'll see here, so his arms aren't stuck on. These are the original arms from the dragon. And this is just a big piece of wire here. I think I put hot glue on it first to thicken it out, and then a bit of milliput and left it harden, and then put some tissue on it. Now, honestly, I don't really know why I did the tissue. I was going to do it for texture, but I think I might re-sculpt it into something like these little ones here that might be more of a intimidating, or more kind of, they look like a big hook, or actually more organic rather than this kind of random texture here. And that's actually just the extra digits of the claw of the original dragon stuck on there again, just to make it a little bit more. I think the actual art of the hook horror had some kind of extra digits here. I don't like, they don't actually use those as hands. I don't think it's more as weapons. Um, so that's him. So I thought he's quite slim and kind of avian anyway. He had a tail originally that I clipped off and just milli put over it. Now the back here, in all the art that I've seen for them, they usually have shells for whatever reason. I'm not sure, like a spined turtle shell. So that I'll probably build that up. That was just kind of a placeholder because he does seem quite out of proportion. I know it's a monster in a fantasy world, but still. So the shell might be a bit heavier and bigger on the back, just to balance it out, because that's most of the artworks are like that. So for another option for the head, if I can find it, here we go. I was going to use this as a base. This was a decapitated Invisible. This poor griffin got decapitated. So scale wise, I actually kind of like it more. Obviously, this is quite cartoony and colorful right now, but I just re-sculpt over it and put the kind of feelers and whiskers and this kind of spines and stuff. I think it suits the neck a bit more, so I might actually go for that. I know it has the beak already, even though it's not very detailed. I can sculpt over, but I think it's a good base and it looks well on top of the neck there. That's him versus the barbarian. So he's quite large. That's on a 3x3 base. What else was there? Oh yeah, for the smaller arms, I wasn't sure whether to go with these. So I'll just pop these off. Or this one here. Yeah. So these are, I can't remember what these are from, but that's just a bit of green stuff on them. I made them ages ago just because I think I had extra green stuff. So it was either them or to actually have these little arms that were sadly taken from this poor guy here. So his arms were taken. I might use these instead because they actually have digits and they'd be more useful. We'll say if there's a real creature to actually have some sort of fucking limb that it could use to eat. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I'm at that stage with this at the moment. It's still kind of dry fit and everything. Like it's not even stuck to the base, but I think it's a fun one. It's a bit different. It's kind of a strange creature. Obviously, it's not really based in much in real life. Like fair enough, it's kind of bird like. It's blind, it's bird like, lives underneath the ground, has massive hooks for arms, has a shell. So it is a weird one, but that's kind of the stage I'm working at the moment. I think I might go with this owl head just for something different. It's kind of a weird base, so I think I might go with that. So I'll update you as soon as I have something else. Cheers.